Shabbat Shalom, Mishpacha. This is a private message, and this is for my students who are, we call the doers of the Torah. Now, there are those that are just listeners out there that don't do anything about it, and they don't get no benefits out of it. And there are those that do what they listen to, and they get all the benefits and blessings that God has bestowed and written in the Torah for His people. This is a difference. It's a huge difference. So with that in mind, I wanted to make this message brief, not too long and not too short. I wanted to give you today a technique that will help you greatly in your endeavors to achieve whatever it is that you desire to achieve in your life. Now, in the scientific medical world, you would have heard of doctors performing medical tests. And in these medical tests, they take a sweet pill and they take a real pill. And what they do is they take a set of patients and they prescribe the real pill to one set of patients and the sweet pill to another set of patients. The sweet pill has nothing in it. It's just sugar, basically. Call it placebo effect. But they tell the patient that this will cure your disease. So, this is a technique that we can use in the real world to cut on time to achieve our objectives. And this is how it basically works. In a second, I'll explain it. I gave the message earlier about the Torah Parsha, Shemot, which is the book of Exodus, chapter 38, verses 21, in which the first verse describes the whole thing. It describes a tent that we call the holy place, and within the tent was a most holy place, Kadosh Kadoshim, and in there was items and there was various services that the priest had to perform, but everything in there was counted by Ithamar, who was a son of Aaron. So, proving that a Kohen, a real Kohen, who's a real Kohen? Real Kohen could only be a son of Aaron. Now, of course, there were the other priests, like the Levim, the Levites. The Levites' purpose was simply that they would do other jobs. They might carry the utensils, they might carry the sticks that carry the Ark of the Covenant, Ark of the Testimony. They may do that, and they may do other tasks that are important in some manner, but they were not the ones giving. They were not the ones giving or counting. Let's put it that way. The counter, or the one who made sure that everything was in order, was a son of Aaron, and then the son of Aaron then passed that count to Moses, and Moses then proceeded to hand that to the necessary people. So, what does that mean? That means that the instructions you're getting from me are coming from a Kohen, and if you follow those instructions, you're going to cut down your time of manifesting by a huge amount. And in the doctor's world, in the medical world, they call this a placebo effect, or sweet pill versus the real pill. A sweet pill versus the real pill. Now, in this, they tell the patient that if you eat this pill, your fever will be gone, or whatever illness they have. And the patient takes it, and the fever is gone. And the patient who take a placebo, they take it, and their illness is gone. And they think, oh, wonderful, the pill has done the effect. But in essence, it's not the pill, is the placebo, is what they believe. Remember what you believe. So who sets the goals or the standard of your life is you. You make the rules. Let's call them rules of your home, rules of your life. And rules of your life is, for instance, if you say, I drink a lot of water, some of you might say, oh, I get, you might say you might get bloated. And that's what happens to you. But others of you might say that whenever I drink water, I lose weight. And I become smarter. So that is a rule that you have set for yourself. Remember, in the world of so-called facts, there are no facts. There are only opinions of men. And, when we say men, we also mean women. There are only opinions of men. There are no facts. What you see out there and what you hear on the internet and media in large is opinions, not facts, by the way. So you decide your facts. Your facts are decided by you, not by somebody in CNN or Fox News. But you may listen to those people and decide whether what they are saying is accurate or not. But in essence, the accuracy of the information also depends on you. It doesn't depend on somebody else. So with that, I wanted to tell you that if you decided something was good for you, then you have the fact rule already met. So if you said that every time I drink water, I lose weight, then that is your fact. That is your rule. You have decided it. And it will work beautifully. So every time you drink water, you say to yourself, every time I drink water, I lose weight. Because many women want to lose weight. And they keep trying this diet and that, pills over there and so-and-so called, recipes, but they never are able to lose that weight and keep it down. They continue to fight the obesity. But if they simply set a rule for themselves that said that every time I drink water, I lose weight, I guarantee you this, they will lose weight. I have heard of people who have set similar rules and they have lost a tremendous amount of weight. So how do you work it? This is how you work it. The placebo becomes your rule, and the placebo is true for you. So what do you believe in this sweet pill? Well, if you say to yourself, I'll give you some examples. If you say, every time I drink water, I lose weight, but you say that every day, not just one time. Every time you drink water, you say, every time I drink water, I lose weight. That's your rule. That will work for you. It doesn't have to work for 10 other people out there who don't believe that, because they don't believe that. So it will never work for them, but it will work for you. And you cut down the duration because you're trying to manifest weight loss. And you cut down the duration of weight loss because now you're starting to lose weight. Now, if you said this, that, most of you probably go to the bathroom twice a day to brush your teeth. Maybe some of you do it 3 times a day. After each, maybe some of you even do it after each meal. So let's just say that those of you who do it twice a day, whether it's 3 times, whether it's after every meal, you say that, every time you brush your teeth, then set a rule for it. Every time I brush my teeth, I receive $100 into my account. Or every time I brush my teeth, I receive $500 into my account. Set a rule. Set a rule for yourself. You have to decide your rule. I cannot tell you what rule to set. That you have to decide for yourself. If you set a rule that every time you brush your teeth, you get $100, well, you're going to at least brush twice a day. So you're going to say this affirmation twice a day. Maybe a little bit more time. Maybe when you sit down and you got nothing to do, you might say it still. You might read it, you might say it, and you're going to obviously have to write this down so that you remember it. So, and there may be other rules, like for instance, people in England, they love to drink tea. People in America love to drink coffee. So you might set a rule and you might say that every time I drink coffee or every time I drink tea, I receive money. Every time I drink coffee, I receive money. Every time I drink tea, I receive money, or I manifest money. Now, you can set an amount, or you can just leave it at money. Amount doesn't really matter because the amount is relative to where you are. For a millionaire person, amounts are relative. For him, $50,000 is no bigger than $30,000, or $100,000 is no bigger than $50,000. He doesn't think that 100,000 is much bigger. He doesn't think like that. I'm not a millionaire, but for a billionaire, $1 million is no bigger than $500,000. He doesn't really care. Million is a drop in the bucket. It's like little salt. So this is why I said it's relative. Money is relative. So if you just said that every time you drink coffee, you receive money. Every time you drink tea, you receive money. Set your rule. Set your goal. That rule will be true for you. So I want to leave you with this message that each one of you must decide for yourself what is your rule. And then write those down for yourself. Rules can change. They don't have to remain static forever. If you're trying to achieve weight loss and you said to yourself, I want to lose 25 pounds weight, and once you achieve that weight loss, when you say that every time I drink water I lose weight and I become smarter, and you lost your weight, you reached your 25-pound goal, now you can change your rule to something else, whatever you desire. You also cut the time, by the way. Remember what I told you, and remember what I said. There are no facts. There are only opinions. So decide your facts, decide your rules. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful Sabbath. With this, I say Shabbat Shalom.